reporting live from the future. But hey guys, if you are new to the raw vegan lifestyle and you are looking for unique dishes, you need to tap in with this video, because to be real, I have struggled so much with finding recipes as a raw vegan, and I really want to share with you guys my favorite meals to incorporate in my day. And I finally perfected my raw vegan pancakes. Can we get an amen? Like, I finally perfected them. So if you guys are someone who really loves breakfast food, I will be doing like part 2s, because I haven't perfected my raw vegan bacon strips, or my raw vegan like bacon, I guess, like vegan bacon but raw. So I really want to perfect that and give you guys like a breakfast raw vegan ideas. But for now, I have some breakfast recipes, lunch and dinner. So I hope you guys get inspired, get in the kitchen, get creative. Feel free to tweak the recipe based on your liking, but I hope you guys like this recipe. Let's get started, you guys. I'm so excited to show you guys these raw vegan pancakes. Okay, so this is actually 3 simple ingredients. I used 3 overripe plantain or plantain, whatever you want to call it, but these were ripe, like black, or blacker than black. So this ingredient consists of mashed plantain, coconut flour, some almond butter, and some almond milk, or you can do any nut milk of your choice, but I prefer almond because it's a little bit sweeter, and coconut milk. Those are the only 2 milks I recommend, but to each their own. And then I added sorry guys, I added a drizzle of agave syrup. What's happening? I can't speak. And then here is where patience comes in, because I had to dehydrate this for 12 hours. So yes, overnight, and it came out so beautiful. It's so yummy and so sweet. Like, it tastes like a regular cooked pancake, probably even better because of how sweet and how the texture is just amazing. It's so good. And for toppings, I added some dehydrated fruit, and I added again the agave syrup, and it came out beautiful and nice. And I love this. You can also share this with a friend, all that stuff, guys. It's so good. Okay, we're moving quick. This is my favorite garden salad. Now, I'm literally not joking. This is straight from my garden or sprouted by me. This is so delicious and amazing. So, sprouting is actually the way to go, because when you sprout, you actually absorb more nutrients and you're actually bringing life back into your food. So, I soak my chickpeas and I sprout them, and then also I soaked some bulgur there, as you can see in the beginning of the clip. And then now I'm cutting some red onion, and all this was either grown by me or locally bought by like farmers markets. And I love this because, once again, you're supporting locally, local stuff, and you're growing your own food. So really, you're bringing back all the nutrients, the phytonutrients in your food. So this is amazing. And I love to add some red onion, some cilantro, and some tomatoes. And then with the cucumber, this was actually store-bought, so I made sure to shave off the skin of the cucumber, and it still had some seeds in it, so I'm pretty happy about that. But I just diced that all up, added it all together. And then here's for the fun part, because I added some lime, squeezed some lime in there. Sorry, lemon, not lime. And then I put some cayenne pepper and some Celtic salt for some seasoning, and then I drizzled some olive oil, and then topped it off with my walnut meat. And you guys can see the recipe for my walnut meat in my previous video, but for now, here are my sprouts. And the sprouts that I'm using is fenugreek. So if you're a woman and you are taking fenugreek, try sprouting your fenugreek. Honestly, it brings back a lot of phytonutrients. Okay, so we are moving quickly. This is my raw unbaked pistachio vegan cheesecake. Now, this is loved by many. Even people who are not vegan love this recipe because it's just so decadent, so delicious. So for the crust, I added some shaved or chopped walnuts and some dates, and then I just blended up in a food processor. And then for the filling, it's some coconut cream or coconut milk, cashews, pistachios, a drizzle of agave, some sea salt, lime, and we blend and go. And we pour it over the crust. We add some pistachios to the top for, that look. And then we freeze for 5 hours. After that, we bring it to a cool, and then you can cut your first slice. Okay, we are moving fast. This is my curry cauliflower rice. Now, take a look at this. I'm just chopping up some cauliflower rice, some okra. I love okra, especially when it's curry. This brings me back to my roots. It brings me back to I don't know, okra is just really good. And then I have some mushroom in there just for that texture, that flavor. And then here are the seasonings. I use garlic powder, allspice, curry powder. Then I massage it in, and I add a drizzle of some grapeseed oil just for almost like a saucy type feel to it, and that's it. Now, if you want the flavors to marinate together, I dehydrated this for about an hour. Now, this is the recipe that you guys have been dying for. This is my jerk vegan ramen. This is a must try, a must save, all that. So I saved the best for last. Let's dive in. The main ingredient here is kelp noodles. You can find this at Whole Foods. And then some mushrooms, some nori or some seaweed, some kelp strips dried, some Brazil nuts, some coconut secret teriyaki sauce, and some coconut aminos as soy sauce, some curry powder, some onion powder, some dulse flakes, black pepper, sea salt, garlic powder, some ginger, and some thyme. A couple pinches of ginger, couple things of thyme. So in order to get the noodles very soft without cooking them, you want to take the noodles, put them in a bowl with hot water and some baking soda and just a pinch or a squeeze of some lemon. And you want to have that soaking for 15 minutes max, just to soften up the noodles without having to cook them. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just setting that up for you guys, and you can see how I do that. Now, in a high-speed blender, I'm going to add about 5 Brazil nuts, and I'm going to add my teriyaki sauce, my coconut aminos, my thyme, and my ginger. Then I'm going to add all my seasonings that I mentioned. Guys, I don't measure my seasonings because I just intuitively do this. So if you need a measurements, I will definitely try to figure something out, but in the most part I just add my seasonings based on intuition. And then here is what I do. I take the dried kelp and I cut that up and I add that in the blender, and this is going to give it like a seafood taste. And then we just blend it. Okay, and then we pour it over the kelp noodles. Of course, you have to drain the kelp noodles. Don't put that over the soaked kelp noodles. And then you also want to cut up the mushrooms, put that in there as well. And then here is where the seaweed comes into play. You want to just chop up the seaweed in little fine pieces. This is going to be for like the decoration and of course the looks of the meal. But this is also going to add that seafood-like taste and make it taste amazing. And then the dulse flakes, you want to also add that on top as well, just for the looks. And this is so delicious, you guys. And oh yeah, I spilled it, but yeah, so good. So now we're taking this back to our roots. This is my favorite pre-workout juice. You can also have this in the morning for more energy, and this is just going to be watermelon, cucumber, and mint. This is amazing phytonutrients to the cells. It's going to hydrate the cells. It's going to help boost your energy. So if you need energy in the gym, this is amazing. Or in the morning, if you're tired, you need this. If you're chasing your kids in the morning, you need this. And I did add some apple for some sweetness. So I'm going to juice that all up. And yeah, y'all. Tip, I love to take the skin off my cucumber because I do buy them in the store and I don't know what's on the skin. So that's kind of that. Are you bloated yet? This is me from the future, and I know I have gave you guys a lot of recipes, but this is going to be a quick little intervention on how to de-bloat, because eating raw, I'm not going to lie, you might be bloated. Watch this part. Okay, if you're 6 months pregnant like this, you're bloated, you have an upset stomach, listen to this. I do not gatekeep. I am going to show you guys the herbs that I use to get a flat and snatched stomach. Okay, we don't gatekeep. The best herbs to use to relieve excess gas in the stomach, relieve pain, cramps, bloating, is carminative herbs. So with that being said, my favorite herbs to incorporate before a meal are fennel. So fennel is actually a vegetable, but you can also take it as a tea. So you can take the dried herb part of the fennel and boil it and make a tea, or you can just eat fennel because it is a vegetable. You can just add it to your salads or whatever, or eat it just raw, and that's going to help relieve the excess gas in the stomach, which is going to help with bloating. Number 2 is black seed oil. Now, black seed oil, I like taking it as an oil. It is a bit bitter, it's a bit like, but it is my favorite herb to use, or seed to use, for bloating, because not only is it going to soothe the digestion tract, which means if there's any food that's stuck there, it's going to help break it down and get that out of the body. So that is why black seed oil is also amazing for weight loss. Another herb as well is lemongrass, also known as fever grass. Now, fever grass is amazing for fighting inflammation, especially in the gut. It helps relieve pain. It also helps soothe the stomach. Also, bonus, it helps with anxiety as well. So I hope you guys get inspired, get in the kitchen, get creative. Feel free to tweak the recipe based on your liking, but I hope you guys like this recipe. It's super easy, super simple, but it requires patience. As a raw vegan, you need patience. But anywho, nonetheless, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and share it with a friend who's also raw vegan, or even if you're not raw vegan, just share it and try it because it doesn't hurt to try. And I'll see you guys on the flip side. Bye.